And here we go again. We have another triangle question. Here, let's see. Make a nice triangle this time for you. All right, so we have triangle ABC. A, B, C. We have the side opposite A is 5, the side opposite B is 2, and the side opposite C is 6. And we're trying to figure out what the measure of angle B is. So again, this is not a right triangle. That's not a Pythagorean triple. So we're going to have to use the law of sines or cosines. You use the law of sines when you have an angle on an opposite side, which we don't. So we're going to use the law of cosines here. Since we're looking for angle B, we're going to have to use the law of cosines that starts with the B. So B squared equals A squared plus C squared. Normal Pythagorean theorem type equation. And then minus 2 times AC. And then the cosine of B. So now we're going to solve for this B. Let's fill in the blanks first. We have B squared, which is 2 squared or 4, equals A squared, which is 5 squared or 25, plus C squared, which is 6 squared or 36, minus 2 times A times C cosine of B. Now, we have a lot of work to do here. Here's what I would do. I'm going to let the calculator do all the work for me. So undo everything in the normal order of reverse operations you would normally. So we're solving for B. We have to get rid of the 25 first and then the 36. So subtract 25 first, subtract 36 next. And then divide by all this because that's what's multiplied by cosine. So believe it or not, I think that's, instead of going step by step, which is usually the smart way to go, I'm going to let the calculator do just about all the work for me. So I'm going to do, and first of all, make sure you're in degree mode, which I am. We have 4. That's the left-hand side. So I'm going to subtract the 25. I'm going to subtract the 36. So basically what I'm doing here is I got rid of those two things. I'm just left with this. So we have to divide by that. The negative 2 times 5 times 6. So let's hit enter here. So now I'm going to hit divide by the quantity. Negative 2 times 5 times 6. And I get 0.95. So all I have is cosine of B equals 0.95. So since we're solving for B and I have cosine B, you just have to hit inverse cosine to solve. This gets really easy with practice, and it's 18.19 degrees. And I find that there's fewer mistakes when you do it that way. So that's my answer. If you're comfortable with that, you're good to go. I'm going to do it a different way now because some people aren't comfortable doing all that on their calculator. So here we go. Let's. The first thing we have to do is you could, if you're more comfortable, add the 25 and the 36. And then multiply the 2 times 5 times 6, which is 60. Now, the huge mistake people make when doing it this way is doing 61 minus 60, which is 1, and saying this is equal to 1 cosine of B. That will get you actually undefined answer, but because you're doing it wrong. I mean, you can't subtract 60 from 61 because you're multiplying by the cosine of b. It's just like multiplying an x. You wouldn't do 6 minus 6x. So the next step is to subtract 61. So 4 minus 61 is a negative 57, I believe. Now I'm going to divide by negative 60. So I have negative 57 divided by negative 60. And I got 0.95. You can see up top, I got the same thing doing it completely with the calculator. But again, do it however uh, your best. Just get it right. So that's a B. Now I have cosine of B equals a number. So then the last step is to inverse cosine both sides. So B equals the inverse cosine of 0.95. Oops. And I already did this, but my memory is short. I'm getting old. Inverse cosine of 0.95 is 18.19. So B equals 18.19 degrees. So this is pretty simple. Most students find the law of sines and cosines, pretty easy. The only traps you fall into are just like simple algebra mistakes. So practice doing this on your calculator, practice getting it right. It won't take long to be very, very comfortable with doing this on the calculator, and you'll be fine.